Good afternoon, good morning, good evening from wherever you are across the globe. We are represented in 212 countries. ONPASSIVE is everywhere on the globe at this present time. Right now, I am coming to you from Papua New Guinea, live from my hamlet in Turubu, Wewak district in East Sepik province. I'd like to just welcome everyone who is here this afternoon around the globe. Thank you, my friends from around the globe. We have Lynn. Thank you, Lynn, for co-hosting this meeting with us. Thank you, Mati Degamo, my brother from another mother. He's not feeling sick today. He's feeling a little bit sick today. So we want to wish you speedy recovery, health. We send our prayers and love to you, Mati, and your family. Papua New Guinea is your family, my brother. So we are with you, and we know we're gonna transmit this positive energy to you, and you get well, brother. And I see Tony Monk here. Thank you, Tony. He's always here. So send our prayer and a healing energy to your friend there. Also your partner, thank you for your presence. And we welcome all the other founder family around the globe. And in Papua New Guinea, we are in 22 provinces. Thank you. Yupla Olgata stop lo Papua New Guinea, Wanemap you stop longem in Atap Long Highlands, Long Mamase, lo Southern region, lo New Guinea Islands. We welcome Yupla lo Disla Abinun time. Name me David Bakau. Suppose you are not clear, this is business ONPASSIVE, one information technology company. Me no launch yet, close to time by me launch, so me play sharing this information one time you, this company me play close sharing in a close to 3 year now in Charlo PNG since 2019 time me kisim this business kami chat man me introduce me lo this business name long Mati Digamong. So me like welcome Yupla line, Yupla guest. Yupla can sit down isi na look na harem one something me talk. Suppose you got question behind, you can ask him question. Time lo yumi Papua New Guinea. So no can poret, no can sem. One can ask him you got. Suppose you pilih mo sem no good pla ask him, you ask him tasol. You got one pla ask him no good, or ask him good pla. Blow help him you na me, sampla by poret lo. Ask him one kind question, all hold him stop. So you ask him now and by clear him head, thank you. So you plus sit down and see one time me, now me can go back and start him program. Thank you, Lynn. I've just welcomed everybody, introduced the business to our people in Papua New Guinea. Yes, and I just want to make sure that we all understand this company. It's a global company started by our wonderful CEO, a man with the heart of humanity. You know, he's got the heart that is like Mother Teresa's heart, and he has created this platform for us so that we can become 1 million Mother Teresa's around the globe and sharing and uplifting humanity. So thank you, Lynn. Over to you. If you have something to show us this afternoon, you can go ahead.
Yes, David, we do have. Thank you for the introduction. Awesome. We have a good agenda planned today for all of you. What we're going to do is we're going to begin with a recording of Mr. Ash Mufareh. Mr. Ash Mufareh visited Friday Night Live on June 3rd, 2 days ago. No, Friday, sorry, 3 days ago. So we were blessed by his presence, and he spoke for about half an hour, I think 29 minutes or so. And he was very busy, but he spent those precious 30 minutes with us. So we're going to play the recording of him speaking with us. And then we're going to go into a presentation by OTech Pros Collins Mana. Collins is going to represent the group of 4 tonight. Thank Collins. We appreciate it. It's 5:30 a.m. for Collins in UK. So you can see his dedication and commitment to PNG. We really thank you, Collins, for that. You have a heart for us. So he's going to be talking about thank you, Collins, final steps to the market, and he'll be covering quite a wide range of topics. He'll be talking about the software development using the Agile Scrum framework. And he'll be talking a little bit about security. He'll talk about compliance and also laser technology, which is very exciting. Laser technology is now in our data center. So this is something that we all would like to learn. It's exciting. So he'll be going over that. And when that's done, we'll go into a question and answer. We want to emphasize that this webinar is a PNG webinar. We want to focus on the PNG people. So PNG folks, we want to give you the priority to be asking questions. And this is why we have this webinar in the first place. So our international audience, we do love you and appreciate you, but let's give priority to the PNG people, all right? So PNG people, come on over to the panel. If there are any of you still sitting in the attendees list, please come on over. Co-hosts help me to invite them over to the panel. Thank you very much. Now we're going to go into the recording of Mr. Ash Mufareh speaking. Enjoy it. It was really lovely. He spoke from his heart. So let me share my screen.
Okay, Bossman, talk.
Boss man's going to talk. Exactly. All right. Are you ready for Ash Mufareh's speech? I mean, his sharing, it's lovely. It's really lovely. Hold on one second. Let me. David, if you can mute on your end, we hear your the background sound.
Hope you're doing great.
Good evening, sir.
Thank you for all the great information. I did listen to Colin's part. Is it Collins with an S or Colin? No S or no
Collins
S?
with an S.
Because that's how you spell it. Most people call you Colin. Let's make a correction, everybody. He's Collins. Okay, that's what I thought. You are a Scrum Master, no doubt. Absolutely, no wonder. So I was really thrilled on how you broke down the framework, and you have been that direction for sure. Like, you know, this is exactly how we're doing it. And I agree with you. I did listen partially to Oliver, and I hope everything is okay with Vincent. And definitely I'll catch up with Bob's. I got, you know, a little bit in and out. I have something called family, and you know, sometimes they take your time, but I will catch the recording. I would have missed this. I think, Lynn, you are an educator, like you have a master's degree, and I believe
In
Lynn,
education, my field is counseling, working with the deaf, working with university level students, and working with the disabled.
So in colleges and universities, you know, there is, like, especially the American system, we have credits and hours. You know, each course, topic, subject has certain amount of hours. Sometimes what you're allowed to take in a term, let's say 15, 18, the average. And sometimes on your subject of study, let's say your major, you don't have enough credits available that fits your schedule. So what you do is you take something called elective topics, and those are, to me, are complete waste. Somebody's studying, let's say, medical or computer engineering, and they go and take American history or you know, religious studies or international politics, art, something completely will not be used in their career. So they will spend 4 months term listening to that, spending money, time, energy, and we call it elective, but they take it. I don't know why we have it, but this is elective, as Lynn said, and I really want to thank her and all the volunteers with Ron Halbert and all the supporters who find the time on Friday night. It is really elective. Okay,
Yes.
nobody has to come here. The difference between traditional education and this is number one, desirable. This is related to our life and it matters. And most importantly, we don't have to pass. There's no tests or grading. Listen, get as much as you can. If you don't get it, not going to be punished or penetrated, not in any way, or penalized or anything. So you are going to be completely fine if you don't get it. Okay, this is completely volunteered session, I believe, from all of us, and I think they are doing outstanding work. We are fortunate to have you. So I get a lot of insights, and I think it's a good bridge between hardcore technical computer terms and then everyday life for average people play English. That's a good thing. So that's why I kind of, it's important to me, and you know how passionate we are about technology. So I do really get a good vibe coming here. So that's why even sometimes I'm not planning to come, I find that I just want to come and show my support and my gratitude. It is quite helpful, and thank you for all what you do. And I hope you know, we continue this. This is definitely free education for all of us, and you don't have to pass. No punishment, no penalty, no failing, no passing. It's, you get what you get. So going back to William, I think let me break it down. If you want to connect the two, there's something called fiber optic, okay, in internet connectivity, or they are literally pipes, okay, and the material, the form is glass. Believe it or not, glass, okay? And that's what transmits and transforms information, data, okay? So the bandwidth, or what's being transformed, okay, transferred between machines has to go through connections. It doesn't fly, even if it's called cloud, still has to be stored on actual physical servers, still has to be transferred through, and it travels through those fiber optic pipes and wires, cords, however you want to call them. Now, the laser part is for the testing, okay? It is not for the data transfer. It is for testing. So the test has to go through ahead. You have to do the ping ahead of the data and do the connection. Once you do that, then you start. So the laser take it for speed, and the other one is for now future. Okay, and I saw Lynn Nakamoto posted that a good 2-minute video about the laser optic. Okay, or it's the future of the optical data. So meaning it's for more for the visual. So it will be faster. It will be more dynamic. Okay, when it's used through that laser connectivity, and it can, you know, go back and forth between the sender, the recipient, satellites, and different components and all that. It has time, and it's probably eventually, you know, it can be cheaper. Okay, so those are the uses of laser. We don't want to over analyze things sometimes, you know. Sometimes it's a supplement, sometimes it's an initial thought and idea that, you know, we are going to continue building on that. But as you heard Collins in the beginning, he was telling you about all the different elements of our business. So sometimes I think these guys, God be with you, because it's hard to pick. Where you're going to talk about data center, you're going to talk about the products themselves, you're going to talk about the networking aspect of it, whether it's you know, the servers and the or the design, the framework of it, just like today, the security, blockchain, laser, this, that. There's so many terms involved. And the good news, this is elective class. You don't have to pass, you don't have to have any test. So just sit down and relax and enjoy that. I do appreciate that Lynn and Vaughn took the initiative to create such a culture. It is, to me, it's more important, but I don't want to push something that might not be as friendly or practical for the masses. Maybe just a few of us enjoy the topic. So continue that. I'm a fan. I will always try to find the time and come hello, or you know, answer some questions or interact with the engineers. But definitely, this is something. It's refreshing to see people who get it. We did nothing short of a phenomenon. I mean, it's magical the way we did it. If I calculate, we don't have to talk now, but one day after we close the founder's position, we can talk about how insanely fast we were able to accomplish this.
Yeah.
Even a fraction of what you know. So the framework is critical in how you do things, but also the other creative elements in your say management and leadership style, and how you're able to put people. Remember, we're not an existing company. We are a startup company. We're being built from the ground up, still literally recruiting our staff. We're not done yet. We are moving with all founders, with developing the products, physical products, factories, data centers. Everything is moving. There's so many major projects, and now I think we are going to be freed. Pay attention to all those who do the live streams. You know, whether Red and Jeffrey is doing a great job now to break things down, or maybe package them, you know, in a shorter version instead of a longer hour. Marty DeGarmo, obviously, Red is. I heard him saying he's going to be doing one a day. That's a big commitment. Okay, it's something, you know, we owe it to him. So we will continue to listen and try to observe more and more of this, you know, evolution, and how we're transitioning to the next phase. Perhaps we will be able to share things that we couldn't while we are still accepting founders. So once we stop accepting founders, it will give us the ability to share the unshared from before. That's all I wanted to say for now. I have people waiting on me, but I'll be happy to address one quick thing. Lynn, if you have anything you wished I could touch, or we can do that next
Sure.
time.
Sure. Yeah, I'd like to give Bob and Collins one question each, if you don't mind, because you know they're the techie guys, and there's always something they want to know. So I know they have something to ask you, if you don't mind.
Absolutely.
Collins, Bob?
Yeah. Okay. Hi, Bob.
Hi. How you doing, Ash?
Fantastic. Yeah, thank you.
When I listen to Connect, the auto translator feature, right? I got it wrong. The way I got it wrong. I thought it was you know, the translation was actually happening in real time, and then voice at the other end. I got it wrong. Is that something that could be in the future? Is that something that is in our?
So you're talking about translating?
Yes.
So
for O Connect. Yeah.
So for now, let's talk about only CC. Okay, in real time. Okay, closed caption. Okay, so it's not a physical. Okay, yes. So that's an initial ambition we have. It's not done. Okay, second ambition, Lynn Nakamoto, I think you're going to be happy. But we will see. I'm sure we're going to pick your brain and use your expertise on the topic, which is we're going to try to see if we're able to develop a robot shape, like, you know, a chat bot, but an actual figure, okay, that represent us, you know, cartoonish could be, or robotic, male, female, that will be doing the sign language, if we're able to have a universal language, because it varies from a culture to culture, country to country. So if we're able to have one standardized sign language that the robot, so the textual format is something, but if we're able to animate it with a robot that will be doing the sign, that is also futuristic. Okay, we just don't want to move on too fast, like talk ahead of the game. So let it one thing at a time. Let's bring up OConnect, enjoy it. Obviously there are many phases along the way, and then we're going all the way with this technology. It's not like we're going to stop after we release OConnect to the market. So wherever there is a value, especially with Academy, if you're able to teach Japanese and somebody in Germany has no clue what they're saying in Cameroon and French or Senegal, and it just will connect the whole world together. I don't think there's any problem of doing it technically. Just you need the time, the effort, and the determination. But it will take. So what? All good things take time.
Take time, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to be breathing. I don't think there's any pressure on us. It's not a matter of existence. I feel with those scientists who had to create the vaccine for COVID-19, like now, because people are dying. Okay, versus this is a different priority. Versus, something will ease our life and improve it. It doesn't. It's not like life-threatening. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hit me. You or Oliver, anyone. Just one more thing. Yeah.
So this Collins, yeah. Just a question, because we just touched about Academy, and I had this discussion with Oliver because we've done presentation and we talk about Academy, but it's about certification, because if we look at the other platform, what they can give is certificate of attendance, and the certificate of attendance is worthless. So is this something that Academy is looking at? So for instance, if we have Academy, you go online and you take a study, someone in Africa or Asia who doesn't have money to go to a certain location to sit for the exam. Is this something that, I know it's not now, it's something you are thinking that they can bring the portal where they can take their study and then have that certificate which is accredited and internationally recognized? Because
yes, we're working on that right now. Yes, okay.
Wow.
Yeah, even masters and PhDs, not even bachelors, masters and PhDs in
That
business,
is it.
in finance, in IT, and health management.
Wow.
Journalism.
Yeah.
Media.
That is a very,
I'm sorry, not journalism, media. So
yeah,
like all forms of media, especially digital media. So yeah, I think we're going to be the better form of universities.
Wow. This will be a game changer. I hope all the...
And you touched upon, I'm not sure, Jeffrey talked about metaverse, like he brought up, I think yesterday or the day before. If we succeed, I'm not saying we're there, if we succeed to develop a good metaverse for, let's say the School of Health, for the dentists that, the top doctors with us, okay, they're anxiously excited about this. So if we succeed to go that direction and bring it up and integrate this with the Academy, you can train technicians, okay? You can literally any career, profession, even we can, allow me to say it, penetrate the medical field, and even you can train like it's like a stimulator, like how do you call it? Yeah, like a stimulation of a robot or skyrocket or so there's no stopping. Now, if we're able to, okay, we're not there yet, but knowing our optimism and excitement, and we're not lazy, we're not afraid to venture, we will definitely go that direction. But when we get there, I mean, I don't know, schools should just give them to homeless people and have a good meal.
This is mind-blowing.
Yeah.
As you just said here, I hope the founders, those who are thinking and those who are online, please listen to this and digest it. It's crazy. The hundreds and hundreds of thousands of school fees will disappear because you can see it in the comfort. We know how much we have paid. Sometimes we go to all this online, you know, all online study application. We study, they give you certificate of attendance, which is worthless. We have to go and pay extra money to get certification. Again,
I'm gonna even comfort you with one thing, not even to get to the metaverse. Let's go back up a little bit just to talk about the certificates. Okay, so let's say we're gonna have a building. It is where the teachers are, ONPASSIVE teachers. Okay, some of them will teach virtual. Okay, doctors, masters. Okay, some of the, like, you know, from their own home. Some of them, or different location of ONPASSIVE, some of them come to the actual physical university. Okay, so they will come there and you know, you'll take class. But let's say somebody in Gabon, okay, or Guatemala, they don't have the ability to travel, let's say, to get a Canadian or British reputable degree. They will stay where they are, home, cut the travel cost, the, you know, regulations or logistics boundaries or barriers such as visas, all of that, and travel restrictions and all. So they stay where they are. The university accreditation is in the US or Europe or any good university, the Middle East or Asia, Singapore, and you finish your class faster because you don't have to commute, you don't have to do that. Let's say you get an MBA, typically how much would it cost you? I mean, it could, you know, with the cost of living, campus, all of that, it could go 50, 60,000, depending on where and all that, okay? But it's tens of thousands. It's not going to be depending on where you go. If you're able to get that for a couple of thousands, how much you've saved? The teachers are still, you know, being able to make it. So saving time, and instead of like 3-4 years, okay, you can get that in a matter of months if you're able to focus. You could even have 2 masters at the same time. You have a master and follow it with a PhD or at least a bachelor's degree. It will open a whole new possibility for those who are interested in degrees, and why not, you know, to have I, you know, most of us or the future students to learn something about technology. You will have work until you die, no doubt. You just get a degree as the access to the field and get that first career. Then once you develop, hey, ONPASSIVE will always be looking for sharp people with talent. So if you're able to save time, and while you're being a student in Academy, you will make up times. There's a possibility make up more money even while you're a student. Walk away with a degree and a business, and you know, and kind of a solid, sustainable income. I don't know. It's hard to envision people will still go and be like a local community or 2-3 years just to get an associate degree, and it doesn't pay well. you know, no matter what field, with the hassle, with the cost, and all of the examinations and all. So it just, I think we're going to remake and remanufacture the educational system and the education system. You know, I'm not thrilled about what's in there, but we can pick what's working. All in all, I think we're already working on that as we speak. We are working on degrees, and we are speaking with professors, and it's under work as we talk. That's my word. I'm talking publicly now, so you will be able. But also there are some affiliation. So in the future there will be an affiliation between so and so university and academy, ONPASSIVE academy / university, where if you do this, is kind of equivalent. Okay, that also will open doors. Now go back with the tools and the systems. Go back if you're able to also acquire, and this is not ready, it will not be ready this year for sure, but we are ambitious. If some in the future, if you're able to complete different language, you're able to cut that barrier and start, you know, a new degree in a different language. So let's say your main language is English, and you happen to admire a Malaysian university. Okay, and it's a different language. Up until ONPASSIVE, it's impossible. How could you learn in a different language and still succeed? Not going to be okay. It's possible, and trust me, it'll work. And what I gave away, it wasn't an example. It was a real thing that is happening.
Mr. Ash, is there an ONPASSIVE system administrator program in place, like a course?
Yeah, that's beautiful. I would give that for free. I don't think I'm interested. Yeah, I might you know, like what we're doing now, if I get your point. Yeah, so we can give the ONPASSIVE education, okay, whether the business model, the financial model, or the technical model. Yeah, of course, different products. Yeah, up until now, I think I'm not sharp enough to make it a business. Okay, others would yell at me, and so far I thought, like, you know, make it transparent, just open source. Everybody can get that knowledge. Why not? But before I go, I just want to say the data center, which is potentially going to be, all the connections are ready by the end of the day tomorrow. Okay, I'm gonna have to mention the time zone. We're on track live on Monday and start migrating our hybrid first development. Like I said, we finish the development. Once we stabilize it, have enough servers, we go to the production. And you can break down the difference for the audience, the difference between development and production environment. And then, you know, I think Colin also mentioned that in the past. He showed some, but just in plain English. So we will start moving the development part of ONPASSIVE products on Monday. Everything is on track. And also it is mandatory to have a minimum of 2 internet connections. And those are live and they're working perfectly fine. So that's where also the laser component. So we have primary connection. If it fails, if it's sketchy, if something we have to care for it, there's a second one that will take over, hybrid. and so forth. So I don't know. Of course, we're talking about generators. You understand the importance of having light. Of course, the place is important where we take it. It's not, we don't want to go where the power goes off. So we hope that we will be able to have like a 100% uptime. If not, like the worst, it would be just very close to that. It's above 99.999. So the backup, whether it's power, whether it's internet, one fails, you don't go down. You're not going to feel a blink, nothing. We don't go down. So that's already done. Everything is live, and I see the screens, and it's beautiful. Everything is as beautiful. We probably touch up on that on Monday if we have time. Or, but forgive me, I'm going to have to take off. Amazing work. I appreciate you, and can't wait to see you next time.
God bless you, man. Thank you.
So we have to bring Collins and Vincent next time from the other side. Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks for coming on, Ash.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely, Ron. Thank you, brother.
Thank you for sharing all of that. Appreciate you.
Of course, yes. We'll talk next time.
All right. Thank you, buddy.
Bye.
Take care. What did you folks think of that? Oh, sorry.
Great. It's a great
What do you folks think of that? He shared quite a bit. Can you guys hear me? I want to make sure you hear me. Okay, good. Yeah, I thought that was amazing. It was,
yes, Lynn.
It's mind-blowing, David. What were your thoughts on that, David?
This is Lynn. This is one of my campaign platform. I'm campaigning currently to stand for elections, and one of my 3 platforms. One is providing quality homes, quality homes with electricity and water, and the second one is accessing quality education. And just by listening to what Ash has shared here in online platform, providing an online platform with degree and doctorate and master's qualification, by just staying back at your home or your house, need for you to travel to UK or Australia, or even to our capital city in Port Moresby to enroll in a university. That money that you spend for airline ticket and accommodation and whatever meals that you spend while attending school there, you can now save and use that for other things that will provide quality to your life. And you can have a quality education right at your home, inside your home. So this is mind blowing. This is something that in Papua New Guinea, because of our geographical locations, we face difficulty in traveling to school. Even our children walk for days or even hours to get to school. They have to wake up early in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, to get ready, and another 1 or 2 hours to get to school. And sometimes they stay on the road to wait for a public motor transport to take them to school. And if the truck doesn't come, they are late, they miss classes. So those are the things that are hindering education in our country. And with the platform that we are being provided with by ONPASSIVE, Ash is going to help a lot of children, not only in Papua New Guinea, but right around the world, in the countries that have this difficulty. So this is powerful. Thank you, Lynn, for sharing that.
Thank you for sharing that. It seems like ONPASSIVE's platform is a fit with your campaign, topic. So it's kind of cool how that worked out, huh? It's just meant to be.
Yes, exactly.
Awesome. All right, so now we're going to go into the presentation by Collins Mana. Did you want to interpret anything, or you want to just interpret later, David?
Okay,
How do you want to work it?
Yeah, I'll just speak in pidgin, short.
Sure,
thank you,
paraphrase and summarize. Go ahead.
Thank you, Yumi lo Papua New Guinea. This la short video where Lin mi claim tripla day go finish. CEO blo Yumi been appear long meeting where Lin narpla host blangem Ron to plus host him. Na emi share him this la technology platform where ONPASSIVE by provide him. You call him Academy, but inside long Academy, you got plenty sections he stop long different area of training. One plus big plus something emi talk long mosem now you me all picking in all mama spending money long kinini emi pass na emi ga embai go university. Papa mama sa struggle na pani money long saling picking go long Port Moresby or Lay or University of Technology or UPNG or even sampla go long overseas law school or Australia or Narpla country. Also we finding big money can long spend him lo buy him ticket na even long suppose only go self sponsor or by buying big money straight long kiss him this la sawe. But now ONPASSIVE me bring him this la access long education and me come straight inside long house doable you know not need long go long Narpla hub. You can stop na suppose max blow you and me qualify you long go attend him this la school. You can enroll at this university inside long house blow you yet. You can go online. Now you can enroll na time already accept him you law school and now you yet want them teacher blow you or want him lecturer blow day na hour and you can run him course blow this school blow you. So this me provide him one plug and road where by cut him down plenty expense na papa mama by saving big money. Now this money can go back and help him family long care him na look out him sit down long all. So M1 plus road where long platform long me time me long campaign and me talk long access long quality education. M1 plus way by ONPASSIVE and me up long help him Yumi man Mary inside long Papua New Guinea. So thank you long harem lipla na me losing go back and long lin by me pla go inside long narpla program where engineer blow me pla Collins Mana M stop long Britain, lo UK, United Kingdom. Na time long all this time now I'm early morning hours 5 o'clock past 5 morning na iguanta percent 6 o'clock morning. But all this how I sacrifice him time long come long mipla la Papua New Guinea na helping mipla long look sawe long one this la company mipla close stop inside because school blang inside long technology na computer so sawe this la business na emi try lo help me pla look sawe long one kind business me pla close stop inside long so suppose you founder you can stop in you can harem you or some guest you join me pla this afternoon you can stop in harem Collins Mana and by explain him one something me pla long stop inside long one kind business me pla stop inside long. Thank you. Over to you, Lynn.
Thank you, David. So the topics that Collins Mana is going to cover are software development using the Agile Scrum framework, security, compliance, and laser technology in terms of our data center. So I messaged it to you, David, in Messenger, in case you want to look at that, David. So we're going to let Collins take the floor now. Thank you, Collins.
Thank you, Lynn. Tony, thank you, Gladys. Welcome. Just want to greet New Guinea. We love you. And we are here again to just to bring to you the method of developing software from scratch. That's the topic Mr. Mufareh gave us last week to talk about it. Hi, David. Thank you for accepting some of us to come and speak on your platform. So yes, Mr. Mufareh gave us this topic, and it is really a massive, massive topic. It's a topic, if you want to really talk about it, it will take months. but we've just tried to summarize it just for 30 minutes, just to give you just an oversight, a highlight of what is happening, because this is the topic that Mr. Ash have already said long time they are using in developing all the software, and that's why they are cutting down time. Sometimes we ask ourselves, people said, oh, it's taking too long. It's not taking too long because of the process flow. That's why they have been able to cut down time. You know, something that can take 4 years is just taking about like short, maybe 6 months, 1 year, and you have a full-blown product. And we are talking about dozens of products, which is not easy. So I will read the topic, what Ms. Mufareh said, and then we will go through the process before we end. By the end of the process, you guys will understand fully how software is developed and why Mr. Mufareh is doing what he's doing now with the team in Hyderabad. So the topic goes as follows. He said, having minimum value products. You know, the first thing we did was developing a minimum value product that's acceptable in the market. And then sprint by Scrum managers. So the method they are following, we've always heard Mr. Mufareh talking about sprint. Nobody even know what is sprint, you know, because sometimes people wonder, well, what is he talking about? What is he really talking about? What is really sprint? So we will explain that. By the end of it, you'll know what sprint is all about. And then he said something about then a bigger product release. So when you have a minimum value, then you have a bigger product release, and then you have multiple releases, then preparing the products for marketplace. You know, that's where the marketing is coming. We have Tony, thank God we have Tony here to even talk something about marketing. And then you're preparing the product to go viral. So when you prepare the product for marketplace, it means you're preparing the product to go live. You know, in the production environment, Mr. Ash talk about production environment, and you have development environment, and you have production or live environment. That's when all the users can see this product. What we've been seeing for more than 3 years, this is the time they will see it for their first time. The world will see it. That's when you prepare the product now for the acceptance, you know, in the whole wide world. So let's look at it. I will share my screen because it's something that is good to see it visually. So let me share my screen and we'll look at the process. So if you can see my screen, can you see my screen, Lynn? Is that great?
Yes, we can. Very clear.
Yeah. So, you know, Mr. Mufareh really brought this topic because he wants most of the founders and those who are doing to really see what is happening. So the process goes is Agile Scrum framework. So we want to look at it because you cannot talk about sprint if we just dive deep into sprint. A lot of people will not understand what is sprint. So we said, no, let's look at the Agile Scrum because sprint is a subset in Scrum. And where is Scrum coming from? It's coming from Agile. So Agile methodology have a lot of framework within because it's a very, very broad way of doing business, or a platform where you can easily develop software, or maybe you can use it to run any business of any type. Financial service can use it. But what in Agile do you really want to use? The framework you want to use? Is it Scrum, which is the most popular? Is it Lean? You have someone they call Linear. You have Extreme Programming. You have Crystal. You have Kanban. There's just a lot within the Agile framework. But most companies like to use Scrum, you know, because normally it helps in, you know, navigate and deliver the software of a highest value. It's not like the rest are not important. They are very important. But most companies, for some reason, they love the Scrum because Scrum is like a cross-functional team and there is a lot of collaboration between the teams. You know, so that collaboration way of working in the Scrum framework, that is what makes Scrum the most popular framework in software development. So let's look at it. What is Scrum? It says Scrum is a framework within which people can address complex adaptive problems while productively and creatively delivering product of the highest possible value. So people can collaborate, work together as a team to ensure that they deliver product of the highest possible value. So let's look at it, how it works. Let's go to the next slide. Now, the next slide is Scrum. I will explain sprint, but I just want us to look at this diagram, just visualize. So the first box you have, so normally in every company, they have a project management software, but we just, you know, I just like try to extract this. Some people use Jira, you know, that's where they run their projects. Some will use Trello. So you can Google it, you'll see it's a project management software. Some will use, there's a lot out there. So most companies use Jira because it's more easy to use. So say we look at this, Mr. Ash Mufareh comes, he said, okay, I've put the set of engineers, you know, hundreds of them. But within the Scrum, normally when to build like a particular, to work on a particular function, you don't need too many people. So minimum is about 4 and maximum should be 8, not 9. 9 is too crowded. So to build just a function, I'm not talking about the whole software like OMail. To build like, say, we have our calendar, you just need a couple of them to build it because there they can really concentrate. So now we look at the whole of this diagram. Mr. Ash Mufareh has all the idea in his head. He said, okay, I want to be OMail, or maybe let's say our Go founder and O founder. Any of this product we have in our arsenal, said, okay, I want to build it. Mr. Ash Mufareh has all of these things in his brain. So put those guys together in Hyderabad. Said, this is what I want to do. I want this, and this in OMail. And I want it to be developed within this time. Now, you have somebody, because normally within the Scrum framework, you have the event, which is the meetings. You have the people, which is the development team, the Scrum Master, and the product owner. That's it. You don't have too many group of teams, you know, development teams. They are, you know, of different expertise. And then you have Scrum Master and you have product owner. Product owner act as a project manager. So these guys, there can be many of them depending on the project, but one works on a particular project. Say to Mr. Ash, okay, tell me, what do you really want? What is the order of priority? Yes, you said you want A, B, C, D, E, F. Tell me which one do you really want first? Because we cannot build all of them in Big Bang. Tell us. I said, okay, I want this first, I want this second, I want this third, I want this fourth. Now, the project manager will take that information that Mr. Ash Mufareh, Mr. Ash provided, and write it in the form of a user story. In Scrum, they call it user story. What is user story? It's a form of writing, like, for instance, you can say, as a user, say you want to build an admin screen. The way they'll write it, they have their format. As a user, I want an admin screen that I can manage all the employee. I can see whatever they are doing, and I can give them certain permission level for them to carry out their function, you know, successfully. That is a user story. It is massive, it is vague. Now, this guy will take it and say, yes, all right, I know what you want. Sit now in a meeting. So everything Ms. Alpha have said, they will put it in the product backlog. They call it product backlog. All what they will do to develop our OMail or Go Founder, whatever product, just think about our product. Everything in our ecosystem, they will put it in there. Now, he will take one of these functions. He said, okay, I want the admin screen. That is the thing I want first. Ms. Ash Mufareh will come. These guys will take it. The product owner will come and sit in a planning meeting. They call it sprint planning meeting. I will explain what it means, and I will explain sprint. So in the meeting, he said, okay, I need 10 developers, 5 developers, come and sit with me. This is what Mr. Ash Mufareh have said we should build. Now let's ready to go. The planning meeting is a whole day meeting. You know, sprint is a time box. When they call about sprint, it's a time box. Everything is time. There is no time to waste. There is no gap to waste. So in that meeting takes 9, 8, or 7 hours, maximum the whole day. Group of engineers sitting there, look at that function and said, okay, as a user, I need this. So what are the values or the screens? You know, they will break it down into smaller components. Okay, in admin screen, we need a login screen. We need this, we need that, we ABC. They break it down into some other component called acceptance criteria. You have the user story, you break it down to acceptance criteria, a criteria that I can tick and say, yes, this screen has this, yes, the screen must have this, yes, the screen must have this, all tick, 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 tick. It takes almost 9, minimum 7 hours just to break down that particular topic. Now, they will put it, when you break it down, they break it down, they say, yeah, happy days. Put it in another column called the sprint backlog. The sprint backlog is what they would do for that particular sprint. It's like you manage your job You said, okay, today, this is what I want to do. Though I have all of these things I will do for the rest of the month, but what do I want to do for this week? That particular work for that week, you organize it and you put it like your calendar. This is what I'll be doing. All of us have calendar, what we'll do for the day. Put it all for the week in that box they call sprint backlog. Now, the person called Mr. Scrum Master will come and said, okay, I want to be the gap between the product owner, because I don't want them to distract the team, because sometimes if they don't have someone really keeping them in control, there'll be too much distraction. So the Scrum Master ensure that there is no distraction between the team that are developing the software and the product owner, because the product owner talked with Mr. Mufareh and the management board, but this Scrum Master said, no, stick there, that's your job. They don't come close to this team. This team, I want to make sure they deliver the product, what we have agreed in that sprint planning meeting. So there is no distraction. So just, keep them intact and just remove all those noise and said, we want to get this done. So even if Mr. Mufareh come and said, I want something, they'll say, no, we are committed in this and we'll deliver this. Come next time, Mr. Mufareh, thank you very much. We know you want that, but we're not doing that for now. That is how they do it. That's how in Scrum, if you are not really strong, you can really miss the target and miss the goal. So you keep the team focused on the goal at hand and the work at hand. So for instance, something can be very, very important. Then Mr. Ash will go through to product owner, and product owner can call Scrum. Hey, Mr. Scrum Master, come. This thing we miss. What can we do? Then they have to come here into this sprint backlog, take one thing out, adjust that and put it in here. But it takes time to do that. It must be a lot of debate and argument. Why? Because people are committed to do what they want to do, because it can change the dynamics of what they are doing. So they'll keep them and do. So when they come in, development start. Every day, they have a daily meeting. So they'll run it for 1 week, but they have a daily meeting. They call it a daily stand-up. And that meeting lasts only for 15 minutes. 15-minute meetings. You said every team, it's not like someone, or there is no manager, there's no director, there's no title in Scrum, no title. We know, okay, they have their different expertise, but there is no title. So when they come, it's a free speech. I can say, oh, who goes first? Tony said, I will go first. Okay, Tony, you tell us what you do yesterday. Tony said, I did this, and ABC. He said, okay, what are you doing today? Tony said, I'll do this 2 minutes, only 2 minutes, not more than 2 minutes, because we have just short time, 15 minutes for the team to just say what they are doing. It's just about inspection and transparency. Now they say, Tony, do you need any help? Tony said, no, I don't need any help. I'm fine. Collins, I'll take over. The next person, we just say it, and we all, because it's a cross-functional collaborative team. Then that daily meeting done. Every day within a week to deliver this software, there's daily stand-up, 15-minute meeting in the morning or afternoon, just to have that transparency and adaptation and stuff like that. Until that 1 week sprint is done, then whatever they accept they'll do, they've completed all the work in the backlog. They'll move it into this box called increment. So from this box, Mr. Mufareh will come in and said, we always hear Mr. Mufareh said, I have a demo. They will demo something to me. They have to show me. They call it sprint review meeting. That meeting will last for about 1 hour, 30 minutes, or not more than 1 hour, 30 minutes, 90 minutes. Done. Mr. Mufareh will go through all the checks, and say, happy days, job done. Guys, move on to the next sprint. They'll come back to this box. But before they come back to this box again, they have to do retrospective. This other meeting again, retrospective meeting, again, is 90 minutes, not more. That meeting is about reflecting on the job they have done. The difficulties they have, the challenges, what challenge they encounter, and how can they mitigate that challenge. So when they move into the next sprint, they will not have that again. What they can keep. So we've done something, no, we don't want to do that again because we know it brought us a lot of problems. Let's change this. Let's do this. Let's do that. So it's about inspection, transparency, and adaptation, all of that. So they go and they look at it because it's a team. And the beauty about the Agile Scrum is because the customer is involved. So Mr. Mufareh acts as a customer. So he can come in and look at it and say, no, change it, do this, because you just change it within a second or minute and the work is just going. Now let's look at definition of sprint. What is definition? It says sprint is a set of period of time during which a specific work has to be completed and made ready for review. So we're talking about review meeting. So within that sprint, it's a time box. So you 2 hours, if you look at all the meetings I've shown you, 7 hours or 9 hours, 3 hours, 90 minutes and all of those type of things. So it's just about timing and timing and timing, because within Agile Scrum, time matters. There is nothing, there is limited documentation. For instance, if Tony is doing something, or I'm doing something, say Tony is working in a team with me. If Tony said, I ask Tony, there is nothing I can, so there are times I can send like long lists of email. Tony said, no, Collins, I don't really want to read. Just come here, show me what you want me to do. I said, okay, I want red. Tony put red. He said, are you happy? Yes, done. Little documentation. People don't have time to read documents. Tell me what you want me to do. That's why they call it cross-functional team, where everything is written in the form of user story, 2 sentences, 2 lines, and they can develop. And that is it. So that's the meeting. And within that framework, they are building the software. They build like the minimum value software. It's coming out nicely, and they are integrating it. They are compounding, as Ms. Ashma said, compounding until it becomes a full-blown product. And then what will happen? The product now is ready for the market, and then they'll be having multiple releases. Because again, if you build OMail, Academy, or all of those things, and you stop there, what will happen? Your competitors will come, build all your function you have, add new things that you don't have. That's why we are saying ONPASSIVE is ahead of the game, because they already know what will happen in 2030 or 2040, but they will not give everything to the market, because what will you build again if you get everything? That's why Mr. Mufareh said, we will continue to build, we will continue to compound. We have the products now that we say we are happy to go to the market, but don't worry, there are still more things to come. So if we release OMail this year, given next year, that OMail, you will not even recognize it, because new features will be added. That is what all the other companies are doing. And they go through, some of them, the major company go through Scrum. And sometimes you hear, whoa, they've done releases. For instance, just to call the name, you say iPhone. Remember when iPhone came? It was shabby. Can you compare iPhone now and the iPhone, the first iPhone? It's 2 different things, because they go through that process. They are just doing compounding and this is what we are good at, built by artificial intelligence, and that compounding effect, adding new function upon new function, be it Academy, OMail, OTrim, OTracker. They will have that multiple releases coming year after year, month after month. So let's look at sprint. You look at the sprint, that's how the cycle. One cycle, what they are doing in Hyderabad is 2-week sprint. So this cycle can go on for 2 weeks. You plan, you design, you develop, you test. Deploy means you take it to the environment where it is ready for review. Mr. Mufareh look at it, review it, and then Mr. Mufareh push it to our own founder side for better testing. And when we are happy, we are ready to go live. Everything there, like what we have in our back office, minimum value products, and what Mr. Mufareh said, he said, what the OMail and the product we are seeing, what they have added is much better, 10 times better than what it is a full-blown product. I think it's just because now Mr. Mufareh is too busy where they don't have time to give us to try. But he said he will show us and we'll see the product. He said the OMail is better than what we think. There is nothing that we'll ever choose. What we are seeing in the back office is just nothing more than what they have now. That is the compounding effect, more functionalities. Now let's look at the value. So we said this takes 1 to 2 weeks, move on, develop, and then go. Develop and go, develop and go. That is the sprint. That is how the cycle goes in a cross-functional team. Now let's look at the value. What is sprint value? For you to be able to work in this type of environment, you must be courageous. If you are not courageous, there is no way. No, understand that you will take complex products or complex information and you have to break it down to simpler information that is understandable and that can be developed to a full-blown product. If you're not able to do that, forget it, this is not for you. That's how it is in IT, in most of this environment. You must be focused in everything you do, because you need to concentrate on the goal. Like we said, I think last time I talked about Scrum. Scrum comes from rugby, but a lot of people don't know that you are working in a nice chaotic environment with an eye to the goal. You know what you want to achieve. It's the same with the Scrum process in software development. It's a little bit chaotic because you talk to this, talk to that, but everybody is so concentrated or focused on what they want to deliver because you have time to deliver that. It's a time box process. And then you must be committed. You must be committed to achieve, not you'll be fired. And you must respect. Respect is the order of the day. You don't treat your colleague badly, you know, you make everybody around you comfortable because you guys are working as a team. It's a cross-functional team. It is a self-organized team. Nobody comes and organizes it for you. You put yourself together and develop. That is how it is. There is no manager, there is no title, there is nothing. It's a self-organized, cross-functional, and collaborative team. And then there must be openness. If you can't do it, say, I can't do it. Or if not, just say, no, I don't get it. Please, can you explain again? Don't say yes. And after 1 week they come, you've not done anything, you'll be fired. And that is the part of the Agile Scrum. And that is how they develop the software. Now let's look at security part. In every development cycle, there is security embedded in it. You must test, test the database, make sure everything is encrypted, make sure every functions and things that are coming are all secured, because you can't build a software that is not secured. People will hack it. The database, they do penetration testing, they make sure that the software is less vulnerable to attack. There's a lot of volume testing, to make sure when you have the amount, we are talking about billions of customers that will be coming on ONPASSIVE. Are you sure the software will not crash at a certain point? That is vulnerability as well. You must be, the speed as well is something that you take, because these are all performance type of testing and secure testing. So you ensure that nobody can go in and break anything. That is security, and nobody can hack into the system. It must be compliance. There must be compliance, because remember, a lot of people don't know that you don't build a piece of code and throw it out there. It must be compliance, and there's regulation all over the world. For instance, if you want to build a health software, you must understand what, for instance, or Canada or USA, UK, or any other country, you must follow their rules and regulation. What is acceptable and what is not acceptable. You must be, if not, they will shut that company down. So is every software, be it whatever we build, you must make sure it meets the regulation and complies with everything we are doing as humans. You can't build a software and allow it for something to happen, then they'll come and bite you. That is the compliance part of it. Now let's look at laser technology. We're talking about our data center, right? Mr. Mufareh said we already heard that the data center will have a laser technology. What is laser technology? It is just a part of system that is hooked on top of our data center that boosts, as Mr. Mufareh said, ping, the direction, and look at every location where our data can reach. For instance, the fiber optic cable is there. It carries, transmit all its data. But what happens with laser? The laser boosts the data flow. It gives more, it makes the data center to be more efficient and flexible. So for instance, when you make search, you can easily see it. So it identifies the environment before the data is even transmit through and from the database. That is that's the beauty about laser technology. The fastness, but secondly, it is cheaper. It is cheaper, but it is really efficient and effective when it comes to data center. I think that's the only thing. I don't need to really go into the technology behind laser technology, but the only thing we should take from here is it is cheaper, it is faster, and it is efficient, but it doesn't take the place of the fiber optic cable, because it helps to boost the fiber optic for better transmission, can penetrate in area where there are low connectivity and stuff. So I would leave it there, and Lynn, take it from me. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Collins. We do realize that was a great presentation. We do realize that this is a tremendous amount of information to be presented. Collins and I are fully aware of that. So David, how do you want to work this? Collins just went over the Agile Scrum framework, but he's also going to be talking about compliance, security, and internet laser technology. So should he pause right now and allow you to at least summarize and paraphrase or did you want to do the interpretation in another forum? I'll let you make that professional decision, David.
Thank you, Lynn. Thank you, Lynn, and thank you, Collins, for that powerful information. You know, a lot of the things are technical. I understand that most of our people wouldn't really grasp it, but I will want to summarize it in Pidgin, just to give an analogy of what's happening. We know that a lot of our people, founders, have been asking, when is the company launching? You know, it's taking too long for the company to launch, and they don't know what sort of work is going on behind the scenes. And thank you, Collins, for this, because this really gives us an understanding on what is really happening behind the scenes, and it is taken this time for the company to come this far. So I will just translate in Pidgin, and just to give a breakdown on what, summarize what Collins has said. I wouldn't explain the technical part of it, but I will just put it in an analogy where we will understand. Thank you all line Yumi lo Papua New Guinea, and thank you long Colin Mana. Saweman long this la work long technology. Emi come inside M1 engineer, so I explain him. One something work long come up. Inside long on passive, Yumi sells and plenty founder Yumi only stop only join 2 years, 3 years. Some only join 6 months as all. Now I'll ask him one time by company launch. One time by company launch. Aram me like talk slowly blossom. This company on passive, no one legally company. No one legally company now sold by you build him now by you start long selling product. This M1 technology company. Now technology company, say got plenty work. Isa come up backside long this one product all you long come up him long em. So you know me to play clear too much lo plenty product. Now one product you me oklo use him. Long one company all call him Zoom and me to play sit down na you me look long. This video conferencing na stop. This one kind product where M1 plus as well this company Zoom. Sana backside and working business blang em lo this one product. All right. You na me mitla stop in on passive. On passive you me are sem plenty only talk sem. You me got more than 50 plus products, huh? So lo building this kind company na this kind of product and all big product inside long technology. So you know me you sem now mitla looking calling si talk. You know legally work and say go inside long this la. Long cut him down time. This kind work and by taking close to some 1+5 years, 10 years long. Company by reading one product or some and by launch him. You go to marketplace, the customer by use him. Now you may inside on passive, you may got more than 50 plus products. Now you know legally product or some I mean like kissing you lo thinking lo you come now look so long. One M size blow this la company and big company too much. So Emi take me close to 3 years, 3.5 years now. Lo bossman blow you me as Mufareh one time all engineers. Lo sawe blong em because by taking long time long build him la company na really small product on market and bring him close to 800 man Mary only now stop inside long Hyderabad lo India operational based lo yumi lo India now also I work 24 hours long work him this la company now work him also product so you can look him one kind explanation and Collins make him product all by make him, all by kiss him, come back again, all by test him again, and work good or work good, or go again, straight him again, come back again. So he got one team or one product. So legally all line man Mary or local workloads or something. So me like talk him. Suppose you join him on passive. You me wait legally time to son alarm or engineer working work long all. And work blow me to play, I'm all talking me to play finish. You na me to play, no need long, sour long in company, how does the company work? Because work blow company na all workman blong em. Me to play some founder, and me to play pay registration fee, blow me to play, na me to come up some partner one time, Mufareh, CEO blow me, Lord la dreaman blong em, long halvim na kirap him sit down blong all man Mary inside on this la ground. So emi create him the company or make him the company come up lo you na me by me to play in up lo partner one time now one kind something benefit emi come na emi share him one time me to play you mean uplo stretim life lo mitupla dia now mitupla can tanim na luluk na stretim all help family na all napla line inside of community blo yumi. So big plus thing me like kisim you come na thing him this la. One walk long go inside lon sla company all workman oklo walk ino legally walk and big walk to us. So me explaining myself this la say take him short lap time long come up in this la kind technology company. But you know me mitupla lucky because as Mufareh emi kisim more than 8 Mary all engineers all survey line all number one survey line inside of this la work law technology and boom all one time now look long work long you know me by mitupla can enjoy benefit plus la company. So thank you lo you harem na me give him go back and or Lynn. Thank you Lynn. You can take it on again from here.
All right, David, would you like us to address the additional topics of compliance, security, and internet, the laser technology, or would you rather we pause right now and open it up for questions and answers?
I think we can leave the other topics. We can open it up for people to ask questions because I see that it's quite a technical topic, and to grasp everything at the same time would be a bit loaded for all of us. So what Collins has shared here is already more than enough for us to chew. So we will, I'd like us to open up the forum so that we can all ask questions about it. Thank you.
Okay, I agree with that fully. Even for others, it's a big topic, wide breadth and scope, you know what I'm saying? So why don't you go ahead and invite our PNG people to make comments and questions now. Go ahead, David.
Thank you. Thank you. Yumi all PNG line, you sit down lo one map kona lo display hub country bla Yumi, mi pla two stab lo place, mi got all big pla group all stop backside lo mi all lo watch him, sampla plenty all founder, sampla all guest yet, all lo look stop. So please PNG, come na ask him question. You can apiman bla you, put him honey go on top of him, lig button stop tumbler long screen bla you by look you can click him this la on, you can ask him question. Plenty something Collins emi cover him. That's all you can stick long topic long now. Want him something or difficulty or hard you something where you finding where me hard you can ask him question now.
Thank you very much, David. And it's a reminder to our international community who are here with our PNG people. We are going to give priority to our PNG folks to ask their questions and make comments because this is their time. This is their webinar, alrighty? So let's honor that. I see Arnold Lakamanga has his hand raised. Let me unmute you. Go ahead and unmute. You're unmuted now, Arnold. Go ahead and speak.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Lynn.
Thank you.
Colin, you have given us priceless education this afternoon. No, we pay too much to actually go to an institution to learn what you have given us for free. Much appreciate, Colin, for what you have given us. And of course, I've been going in and listening to the Tech Pro sometimes, and again, we get valuable education from your presentation, the presentations there. Lynn, you're an angel to PNG, you know. You constantly facilitate this platform, bringing people like Colin and others to educate us more on ONPASSIVE and more on the products and more on what the impacts ONPASSIVE will have on us as individuals and of course on the country. S has given us some thoughts, and I thought, firstly, let me share that before I go to my two questions. I have two questions. He did mention something about, you know, when you go to universities, you take up courses which are termed as electives. These are courses more not necessarily in tune with your bachelor's degree course or your master's course. Now, it is something out of what you are actually learning, something out of out of the topic. And from my experiences, I've also taken electives, and they are basically useless courses. They are courses which we take to make up the points to graduate at the end of the year, or at the end of our courses. And ONPASSIVE is taking away this. Minasabi, if you are all community understanding time as you come inside them talk plus some course with me plus actually university. I mean not relevant to much long bachelor's degree or master's degree me plus I kiss him because I kiss him credit points. Because time you finish in university, you must get certain number of credit points so you graduate. So plenty time and plus I'll go inside and plus I kiss him also courses were in a relevant long course or degree Maybe like kiss him, meet him points, and then by the time maybe finish some course maybe meet him all enough points, maybe graduate. But ONPASSIVE, it's taking away that elective business. We want to learn something about, let's say, IT. We strictly go in, and on ONPASSIVE, it's giving us opportunity to learn about IT, and we gain knowledge about IT. Now, some courses and academy by providing Lamipla, and university only recognized him by only can give him degree Lamipla. Maybe take him on pension, blacks and masters, and blacks and PhD law courses. So that's something that maybe I just wanted to also speak in Pidgin, so our people understand what elective courses are at the universities. My two questions. One is on SmartLink. Sometime back, I think, as mentioned something about SmartLink, and Colin, maybe you have mentioned also something in one of your tech presentations. I'm just wondering whether SmartLink is something that we founders can have access to from our front office, or is it something that is happening at the back office that we really do not need to worry too much about? That is the first question on SmartLink. Okay, the second one.
Let's Collins answer that first, please, if you don't mind. Yes. Collins, go ahead. We'll take it in chunks,
Yes.
Collins.
Yes. I know Ash mentioned something about SmartLink, and normally for now, we know we still need to check that because it's something to do with a lot of things, I think transmission or something. I know Ash mentioned a lot of things that will be coming, but we've not looked into that until there's like more details coming out. I know they mentioned it and we've not really taken a look because that was the first time. But again, it's more of technology, which next time will come with the answer again.
Okay, thanks, Colin. The second one relates to the language translation. I would very much like to have Pidgin included in the translation. Now, what does it take to have our language like Pidgin, incorporated into this real-time language translation of ONPASSIVE?
I think it's just more of coding. So, for instance, if when they were doing the translation of the ebook, when they asked of all the language translation, assuming they put it there, they would have done it in the back, from the back end. So it's just about coding. So the guys in Hyderabad will look at it and then write the code. But it's just to mention it to Mr. Ash and said, okay, I think they'll like Pidgin to be added in the translation, and then they will sit back and then maybe go through. I remember most often they were asking about those who want ONPASSIVE to be translated in their language. They can do it. But again, if you're talking about the ONPASSIVE, the old founder side, and if you're talking about real-time translation, it's still about coding, right? For instance, Academy and O Connect, there is real-time translation. Ms. Alpha talk about that, but it's something to do with coding and they can map it. So I think it's something that they can do. Nothing is impossible in IT.
That means it has to be done by someone who is quite fluent in Pidgin and also coding.
No, you don't need to. You just need to give the translation and they can write the code. There are I'm Spanish, but I've worked on Spanish application. You just need to give the information and they'll write it and put it there.
For instance, if I have a Pidgin dictionary, we can send it over and they can work it from there.
Correct. Yes. You just give what you want and they'll check it. And you know, most of the things are all in Google. So sometimes they look at it and said, okay, if Pidgin is already there, they can Google it and look at it and say, okay, this means this in English. Because remember, in code, everything is written in English, but it is dynamic. So the moment you give the language, they push a button, it will just translate it to that language.
Colin,
Sorry, David, go ahead.
And Arnold, just for your information, the ebook was translated by Susan, my late wife, into Pidgin, and it's with Jeffrey Moloch. Jeffrey has forwarded it to the engineers in Hyderabad to include it in the back office.
Thank you.
So that should contribute to the engineers, as Collins has said, to code it into to translate it into English.
David, you answered it. That's it from me, Lynn. Thank you.
Thank you, Arnold. Thanks for good questions. Are there any more comments or questions from our PNG folks? Don't be shy. David, can you elicit some questions and comments from them? Go ahead and speak Pidgin.
Okay, online, blaming. Thank you, Arnold, long asking also a good question. So suppose you stop, you want play, you sit down inside, now you long harim stop. You like asking one question. You know clear on something, no can same. Putiman go on top. Na ask him la question. No can think of same one pla karangi question or imito on them stupid question. No got one pla question am stupid or got a question am good platasol. So you can ask him na by clearing thinking some platu or by same law ask him I'll stop na time you ask him now. And now all by cement sablong all. Thank you. I think we have Sajib. Sajib's got a
go ahead,
hand
Sajib. Sajib, you just go ahead and unmute yourself and take the floor, Sajib. Very good. You are unmuted. You can go ahead and speak now. Good to see your video. The internet is really weak where you are. The connection is poor. So I think for us to understand you, you'll have to turn your video off and go ahead and try again.
Okay, thank you. I have one question for Collins Mana. Actually, what is the laser system of ONPASSIVE? Did you just tell me, what is the laser system of ONPASSIVE? Did you got my point, Brother Collins?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
I think he's asking about laser technology, Colin.
Yeah. So yeah, so what we just sharing here is something that we shouldn't really worry because ONPASSIVE is doing everything for us. It's just about sharing the knowledge. But as you said, it's something to do with our data center. It's a modern technology. We sit on top of our data center and help for better transmission. We have the fiber optic cables. The fiber optic cables carry all the data from one end to the other. But what the laser does, it's just like pinpoint the area. So it's like a faster way of pointing. For instance, I want to send information to say Tony or Lynn. The laser will first identify that area where the information is going and then trigger it so the fiber optic cable can say, okay, this is where it's going. Let me just push it there. So it's just about making it more robust and more, you know, a lot of making more dynamics, and it's just lot. But as you said, it's more cheaper, it's better, but it is more efficient and effective.
That means this is the totally new innovation.
It's new. It's there, but it's new. But remember, what we are doing is more of AI.
Yes. Hey. Really, just fire for ONPASSIVE. Hey. Thank you, Colin. And thank you, Lynn.
Thank you, Sajib. Thanks for your question. Again, we're giving priority to PNG. So if any PNG hands go up, we'll call them first. But at this time, I don't see any. So we're going to go on to Akram Hussain from Bangladesh. You can take the floor. Oops, wait, hold on. 1 second, Akram. I see Karen George raised her hand. Karen, go ahead and unmute yourself. She is from PNG. She'll go first. Thanks, Akram.
Thanks, Lynn. Thank you, everyone. Thanks to all our international participants who are with us today. I have 2 questions to ask on Academy. The first question is on the Academy training platform. How do we go about getting into the training field? Do the participants or the founders buy the entire product to use it, or do we use the domain to have access to the training field? That's my first question.
Colin, do you want to take that?
Yeah, I can answer it. Yeah, so as a founder, it's free for you. That's the beauty about ONPASSIVE. So remember, if we listen to what Mr. Mufareh said, a lot of teachers university will put their courses on Academy, and whichever course you want to take, or maybe you want to a certification or a degree course program in nursing, in fishing, maybe those who love to play guitars, anything, you know, will be in ONPASSIVE in Academy. The only thing you need to do is to click a button, select the course you want, watch it, and then go through the modules from one to the other. Maybe you have all the trainings going on. You can just follow it. By the end of your training, you are qualified. Medicine or whatever, Mr. Mufareh said, we will have everything. The best of the best teacher will come and put their courses there. And the beauty about it, you'll have a qualified certificate, not like the other one where you have certificate of attendance, which is just worthless. So that's the beauty about ONPASSIVE. So don't worry, as a founder, it's in for you. Like the way you see all the products in your back office, that's how it will be. And you go and then you can use it. And as a teacher, you can also put it, that's extra stream of income. I think Tony will even talk about that. You can put whatever you think, like for instance, those who are experts here, medical doctors, we have them here, they can, you know, put whatever they want to put. But again, ONPASSIVE will screen it and make sure what you want to deliver is fit. So it must be of the highest standard.
Thank you. We have Gladys Navarro and Tony Monk, who are our co-hosts as well. I want to feel free to chime in if they'd like to. Karen, did that answer your question?
Yes, that's on the old founders. How about the resellers? People who are not founders, do they still use the same channel that we use?
Yeah, resellers will be, yeah. Because remember, they are paying monthly for the products. So they will be able to have, depending on the package they will come, because we don't know normally what will happen, but the package that Mr. Ashford, if Academy is there, then they can use it. We don't know how they will arrange the various package for resellers, but we know as founders, everything will have it. Everything our ecosystem will have. But for resellers, we don't know until the details come out, then we can say, yeah. But again, if they is there in the package, they will use it for free. Only customers will pay, because customers pay, you know, month in, month out to use our products.
All right, let us pause for a bit. So to allow David time to interpret, and then we'll go on to Tony Muck, because I believe his hand is in response to the same topic. But let's give David time to go ahead and interpret or paraphrase. Go ahead, David.
Thank you, Lynn. Just to add on to what Collins has explained in regard to Karen's question regarding the signing on. Last week we talked about the single sign-on. So it's just an example of you're going into you only have to go in one main door, and when you open it up, instead of going to each door separately and opening each door but by themselves. You just go in one, and then when you open the door, you see all the products at your, and just for our viewers. Okay, long on passive. This last time we been talk single sign on all engineers.
It's 16
all
hours.
been explaining slash topic single sign on MOSM. You come inside long one plus house. Now you look him, you got plenty room stuff. You go to this room, but you look him this kind service. You go to this room, but you him service. That's all inside on passive. You are some founder. And you got one plus sign on that's all. Now you may plus sign on, now go inside the back office, but you may same sign on that's all, but you go inside. Now you access him all the products one plus have. So kind of same now Karen and me ask him. So you may go inside, you may go along this academy or this online platform law school. And time you sign on once, you access him finish, or some founder. Or some founder, this line access law you. Or some customer and by different, all got different package by lineup long, depends long one kind package only BIM. Or some talk law reseller too, and by got monthly fee and yet by BIM. You know, some Yumi founder where company system by rouse him automatically na pay him. Na or some that load this side. Long you go inside long academy platform. Time you like studying one plus something. And by you go inside, now you got instructions or guide blue stuff. And by helping you long go inside the platform. Now one kind course he stop inside now. You by select him. Now you by go inside, now you start line him this course. So thank you Olgata Loharem and legal explanation of them. So by me giving go back and Lin. Thank you, Lin. You can take it on from there again.
Thank you very much. Tony, go ahead and add to the discussion. Thank you, Tony.
Thank you very much, Lynn. It's great co-hosting this with you. Thank you for hosting this webinar. It's amazing. Collins, thank you again for being here and sacrificing yourself to give us the technical part of what's going on. The Academy is going to be just as simple as logging into Zoom here. Probably a lot simpler. Ash is making everything as simple as possible. Gladys, also great to see you here as well. There's a few. David, thank you very much for having us again on your PNG webinar. I want to speak to the Papua New Guinea people. And I just want to let them know that I'm also a simple person as well. I don't understand a lot of the technical part of it. I've been in this marketing part of it for 26 years now. And so I'm very good at the marketing part of it and understanding the concept of the marketing. But when it comes to the IT part of it, I don't understand it. Now, I just want to say that Collins, when he explains the technical part of the products, it's only for educational purposes only. He's trying to explain to everyone in PNG what we actually have. We have something absolutely phenomenal. It's never been done before. This is the first time in history. Ash is making it as simple as possible. We don't need nothing is complicated. This is an automated system. When we go into hard launch, it's going to be an automated system that's going to be working for you behind the scenes, and you don't need to know any of the technical part of it, and you don't need to know any of the marketing part of it either. You're not recruiting anyone. You're not really doing anything. The only thing that Ash, our CEO, is asking everyone to do is to be engaged as much as possible and to try and get in, because when you're engaged, you get inspired. We're all inspired, as you can see. I've been inspired right from 2018. I've been a founding member since 2018. None of this, what we have right now, what we're talking about, existed back then. We didn't have any of this. So I've seen it come from a fetus to what it is today. And it's absolutely phenomenal. And thank God we have people like our Tech Pro brothers like Collins and Bob and Vincent and sorry, Collins, I forgot the other one now. Help me out here. Oliver. How can I forget Oliver? Of course, Oliver, my brother. Yeah, thank God we have our tech pros and our brothers and sisters to come and explain to us what it takes to put something like this together, and to explain the fact that some people think it's taking so long. It's not taking long at all. We are way ahead of time. We are years ahead of time, because we have about we have a few products that are completed right now. Just 2 of our products can take 10 years before its completion. Okay, we've been doing this for 2 years only 2 years. We've been working on the products, and Ash keeps hiring more people to make it to complete it as fast as we can possibly complete it. But we're going to a hard launch pretty soon, and it's going to be very exciting. And like I said, it's very simple. It's not complicated. All this stuff that Collins and our tech pros are talking about is just to give you an example of what's going on. But the simple part of the whole thing is that you don't need to know any of it. It's an automated system. All you need to do is become involved, become a founder, get back to the person that brought you here, and I can guarantee your life will never, ever, ever be the same again. Thank you so much, Lynn. Back to you. Thank you.
Tony, great points. We're going to allow David time to interpret that, and then we're going to go on to Karen George, who has part 2 of her question. So go ahead, David.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Tony, my brother. Yeah. Okay. Papua New Guinea, one something Tony talked 20. Tony, got 26-year experience lo side blow marketing lo selling more products online. But emi talk osem this la technical side blow lo IT. Yet no saw simple man profession lang nes. That's why say working online marketing saw lo this la business law online. So experience lang me share me talk sem. This la one something all technical line or some Collins now explain him long help him you me long clear lo look sawe or sem. This la kind something say come up inside long IT company inside long all IT company time only come up in business long all. So work long help him you me lo look sawe lo this la that's all. You know me mitla no need lo sawe lo this too. Mitla no need lo sawe lo slatu. Mitla by enjoy him to solve this la products all engineer working finish na only put him lo market. Now you know me mitla by enjoy him to solve use him this la product. Because people work him all work him. Now talk company ready him 2 products ready lo go market now. Now this la 2 products Suppose narpla company work him by take him all more than 5 or 10 years lo work him this la 2 product. That's how long you me. As Mufareh, emi sawe lo this la CEO blow you me. Sawe now. Emi employ him plenty man Mary or plenty all engineers more than 800 long time me talk. So only stop now come up in this la 2 product inside lo short lap time tas all. 2 years tas all lo creative all product. Now you me got more than 50 long time me talk more than 50. So you can look sawe. So you know me mitupla work blo mitupla relax tas all. Pay him founder fee blo mitla some founder, pay registration or some founder. Na mitla can sit down to solve na mitla enjoy benefit and by come inside Lodisla business where time emi launch go long world. So thank you Lodisla. You can sit back. Now you may are number 2 question long Karen. Thank you, Karen. You can go ahead.
Thank you, Karen. Go ahead and unmute yourself, and you can ask your second question.
Thank you, David. Thank you, Lynn. Okay, my second question is regarding sprint that Collins have made a mention regarding the training. Okay, in the training field, if we commence doing the training and something happens along the training, maybe our mobile phone goes off or laptop, dies out or the network drops, will the training get saved so we can come back again and continue doing the training, or will the timing goes on until it expires and then we fail? So how is that possible?
Who wants to take that? Maybe Collins, maybe?
Oh, I think Gladys' hand is up. Gladys, your hand is up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes,
I Gladys wants to reply. Oh, okay. Sorry,
Yeah.
Gladys. Go ahead.
That's
Sorry.
okay. I can respond to that. Karen, And yes, our CEO Ash Mufareh said that the classes will be recorded and you can attend them at your own time, at your own leisure, at your own schedule. You can do the classes in the morning, you can do them in the day, you can do them at night. So there is that flexibility. You don't have to worry. You can do them when the internet comes back. Thank you.
I just wanted to add to that, Lynn, if I could. Also, just to add to what Gladys just stated, which was beautifully stated, ONPASSIVE is going to have videos, okay? Videos, step-by-step videos that are going to teach everything you need to know about the products or whatever it is that you want to use. Just thought I'd throw that in there. Thank you, Lynn. Back to you.
Good additional information. Thank you. David, you want to go ahead and interpret?
Karen, something. Maybe I don't know if she understands.
Let's see. Karen, did that answer your question?
Yes, yes. My question is fully answered. Thank you so much.
Thank you for asking your question. We appreciate you. David, go ahead.
Okay. Karen, you've been asking this question, said training. Time training o go online o semi tok long this product academia. So time you come in, na you selecting one course na you learning online stuff na computer blow you bagarap o phone blow you go bagarap o network go put down lo sample na you lose track na you come back in this training yeah. All record him na all by put him online na stuff so you can use him or some Gladys talk this training all record him Tony add him na talk this training all record him na I got video presentation one time so by stuff you can school long night or you can school or sun or you can school during early morning one time you feel him good time to school and you can come switch on the sol now you can line him this subject blue. Thank you.
Thank you, David. All right, next we have Akram, who's been waiting patiently. Good to see you, Akram from Bangladesh.
Thank you, Lynn. I would like to actually talk to contribution or to give the message also PNG and also Bangladesh, Mr. Shojib, about the laser technology in Bengali language also. So, firstly, I would like to tell about the academy. You see, in PNG, I love you too much and greetings from Bangladesh to you. Every time Bangladesh in your side. So I would like to tell that academy is a great products for the developing country and the underdeveloping countries. You know that we have a visa problem for to go the developed countries. You have to take the visa and you have to take your graduation or if you want to take higher education from the developed countries. So you have no possibility to get the chance of also visa. But Ash Mufareh sirs already talked some of the popular universities and dean and also some of the professors and also he had managings. So there have the big opportunity. There have 2-3 subjects. There have the big opportunity for the at this moment trending subjects like computer science, medical science, and also master's degree and others. Some maybe this type of another very trending BBA, MBA product. So at this time, you can join. If you are not a founder, you can join from your home. There have no need to foundership, but you will take this course very nominal cost, and you can also in physically you can class the physical and also the recorded version. There will be 2 of the option there. You can do directly conversation with the professors, and also if you want to that time you are so busy, but in the next time you can get the recorded version. So another way I will tell that this is really it will be game changer, and also for the like the PNG countries and also other many countries, there have very underdeveloped. This is the big opportunity for us. And secondly, I would like to tell that about the laser technology, because you know that in this webinar also some of the Bengali founders also here is presented. So this is the actually new revolutionary product, and also some of don't know. So I would like to some Bengali also message them. You know that আমরা যারা বাংলা ভাষাভাষী যারা রয়েছে, লেজার টেকনোলজিটা এমন একটি টেকনোলজি, এটা অলরেডি হচ্ছে নাসাও কিন্তু এটা বর্তমানে ইউজ করেছে। কিন্তু আপনি জানেন যে আমরা নর্মাল জানি যে ফাইবার অপটিক এটা কিন্তু গ্লাস দ্বারা তার আগে কিন্তু ফাইবার অপটিকটা ছিল না। সেখানে কিন্তু আমরা যখন ইন্টারনেটের গতি দেখেছি আরো কম। যখন ফাইবার অপটিক দিয়ে আমরা যখন শুরু করেছি তখন কিন্তু ইন্টারনেটের গতিটা আরো বেশি স্টেবল হয়েছে এবং আরো কিন্তু হচ্ছিল বৃদ্ধি পেয়েছে। আর লেজার টেকনোলজির মাধ্যমে আমরা নিশ্চয়ই রিসেন্টলি আমাদের যে ডাটা সেন্টার হচ্ছে, সেই ডাটা সেন্টারও কিন্তু লেজার টেকনোলজি কিন্তু সেখানে ইউজ করা হবে। এবং এই টেকনোলজির মাধ্যমে যেখানে আমাদের ডাটাগুলো হচ্ছিল অনেক দ্রুত যাবে। আমি একটা এক্সাম্পল দিতে চাই। এই মুহূর্তে আমরা যদি কোন একটা সিনেমা ডাউনলোড যদি আমরা করি, সেই সিনেমার ডাউনলোড কিন্তু হচ্ছে হলো আপনার অনেক সময় যত বেশি হাই স্পিডে থাকেন না কেন, সেখানে কিন্তু আপনার সময় লাগবে হচ্ছে হলো প্রায় 3 মিনিট 5 মিনিট এরকম লাগে, 2 মিনিট লাগে, কারো এক একটা টাইম জোন এবং এরিয়ার উপর ডিপেন্ড করে। কিন্তু এই লেজার টেকনোলজি সেটা হচ্ছিল এরিয়া বেদে 10 to 100 টাইমস ফাস্টার। 10 to 100 টাইমস ফাস্টার হবে হলো লেজার টেকনোলজি। এবং সেখানে হচ্ছিল একবার একটি ডাউনলোড করতে হতো, একটা ফুল সিনেমা ডাউনলোড করতে 1 সেকেন্ডও সময় লাগবে না। তাহলে বুঝুন আমাদের থ্যাংক ইউ লিন। Thank you.
In the interest of time, I think that it would be very difficult to have interpretation into various language. It takes a lot of time just to interpret into PNG. So just to let you know, you can speak English, and then David Bakal will have the opportunity to interpret in Pidgin. Thank you very much, Akram. Go ahead, David.
Thank you, Lynn. Yeah, just touching on what Akram is saying. Okay, you mean lo PNG? One of something Akram oklo tok ya. Engineer Colin say ami bin touching legally tas all this laser technology. Laser technology nupla technology. This la technology inogat one pla company inside lo this la field belong technology or IT only stop yet. Mipla lo ONPASSIVE first company long creating this la technology na start long use him now. Oklo ready lo use him na go inside lo market ta. Osem na oklo to kosem this la laser technology speed fast more yet. So time you like login long internet na downloading or something sla technology by kisim na by go inside long sem you mi say talk fiber optics on plat osem equipment will also use him lot workload technology, but it's like laser technology and by helping to boost him speed and by making by speed them by go moyet na, but it's like information by go hurry through one map like go long so this la legal up explanation me like explaining lo you me lo here. Thank you lo ipla lo harem. Thank you, Lynn. Back to you.
Thank you, David. I don't see any more hands raised. So I think we're going to wrap it up today. I know we covered a lot of new information. And as Tony said, don't worry, right, Tony? Give me a thumbs up, Tony. His point was that everything is done for you in ONPASSIVE. This information that we provided to you was given to us, the topic was given to us by Ash Mufareh because he wants us to learn it if we can. We do realize the topic was very technical today, so I want you to rest assured that you don't need to understand it all. Just listen, pick up what you can. If you learned a little bit, that is just great. That's all you need to know, all right? In fact, you don't even need to know this, but it's good for us to keep learning. It's the idea, right, of life. Life is about lifelong learning. So whatever we can gain in terms of new knowledge is a benefit to us. But remember, ONPASSIVE system is very special. And this system is what? It's a done for you system, right? Everything is done for you. AI, artificial does it all for you. The work is done on our behalf. So don't fret, just enjoy learning new things, and that's it. Go ahead, David, we'll let you interpret that or paraphrase it.
Thank you, Lynn. Okay, lo yumi lo PNG, yumi can look sawe, osem when something Lynn oklo talk na Collins engineer mi kam talk em explain him osem topic this la topic em CEO lo yumi as Mufareh emi select him na emi give him long all engineers lo discuss him all long yumi long discuss him inside long all webinar so that yumi all kata by learn him this la something ONPASSIVE em no legal company em big company na nunggu yumi fall na yumi to ko em one em kind company yumi stop involved long em osem na all technology technical line all come long help him yumi lo look sawer long one em something em stop inside long ONPASSIVE one em kind work em say go inside lo this la business lo some technology business na one em kind all product yumi ok long start long release him company release him em help him yumi all kata long look sawer long one em work all product how this la product by work na one em customer by come na use him also la kind all product so em big pla topic technical topic that's all long you na me em long at least one em something you can kiss him lo here lo this la meeting at least you saw lo one em something walk long come up inside lo la business or la company me block long stop inside long em so you na me no need lo saw lo all kata something lo this la company but at least you na me mitla can kiss him liglig na you can look saw sem this la kind big la company you na me awesome founder and mitupla partner inside la big company. So you know me mitla can some son up awesome you me prouder awesome mitupla founder of la big company. Time em launch bien all man by come all by ask him all by look him namely awesome one founder of ONPASSIVE. Me talk him you all man by pine me also talk CEO and me talk awesome you know me all man by hunt him you me. All by hunting me instead lo you me go na hunt him all man awesome all member blow you me na knock lo door na wait stop ya. Now I'm all by come na pine me na all by hunting me down. So it's like business legal business.
All right, David
And by
froze
kissing name
for a minute. Oh, he's back.
Big plow or inside long country blue in a low world. Thank you, Lynn.
All right, thank you very much. We lost you the last minute of what you said, David, just so you know. But we got most of it. I think we'll go ahead and
yes,
about
go ahead.
the last minute. The last minute, if you want to repeat the last minute of what you said.
Yes. Okay. One something me o'clock talk long this la company you me stop long you na me or some founder. Me to plan no need lo saw lo planty something technical too much. Work blow me to play pay registration pipinis na or some bossman me toka bien this la company by bring him name blow you by come up more inside long country na inside the world all man no saw you now yeah bien ball saw you all by panim you now you me go na hunt him down na all member blow you me na try lo kiss him alvim long all bien now also la line all by panim you na all by hunt him you down so you founder you must proud of him you partner blow this la partner blow CEO inside lo this la big company ONPASSIVE. Thank you, Lynn.
Thank you, David. All right, we're going to wrap up. Thank you. We're going to wrap up now with Tony Monk as our last speaker. We've been here for over 2 hours now, so this is a good time to end. Go ahead and take the floor, Tony.
Thank you so much, Lynn. I appreciate it. And thank you for running this webinar. You did an incredible job. I want to speak to the Papua New Guinea people behind you, David. Papua New Guinea people there, you're lovely people, seriously. I know that you guys go through a lot of struggles in your country. I want you to remember something. David is a fantastic leader. I trust him with all my heart. He is connected to ONPASSIVE. He is connected to the CEO of this business. This is the biggest company It's going to be one of the biggest companies, if not the biggest company on the planet. Okay, so get with your leader, David, and get in as founding members, because your lives are about to change very, very soon here to the better. Okay, so you'll never have to struggle again. You'll be able to change your country. Vote for David. He is a beautiful man with a huge heart, and he knows exactly where he's going to be taking you, and that's to the promised land. Okay, so stick with your brother, David. He knows what he's doing. And thank you so much for having me here today, Lynn. It was great co-hosting this with you and Gladys. And thank you so much, Collins, for your input, your intelligence. We know that you sacrifice your time and effort to be here. It's like, what, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning there. It's very early. You got up very early just to be here to give us the information of what goes behind the scenes of putting this all together. It's absolutely amazing. We love all of you guys. Thank you so much, Len. Back to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Tony. Collins, I want to give you the floor. If you have any parting words, Collins.
Yes, so thank you, Lynn. I just want to thank David and the PNG people. You guys are amazing. You know, it's not really easy. We know, again, today, like the topic we chose, Mr. Mufareh chose for us. We already know that it will be a difficult one, and how to break it down in a way that, you know, the common people will understand. But there are words that we cannot really change. You know, there are things that no matter how you break it, it's still a little bit technical. But thank God that, you know, those who can get it, of course, as Tony said, you don't really need to know all of these things. You don't even bother about what we are doing. It's just what is running behind the scene. The method they are using to do the job and build the software. And even when you go to your login screen, you say, oh, this screen is beautiful. It's just what they are doing. So Mr. Mufareh thought it wise. He said, okay, can you guys go out and really make people understand that this is the difficulties, and this is the challenges, the process that we are going in. So you say we trust the process, but it's still part of the process. So we said, okay, let's just come and, you know, just say something small to the founders, not too much. Because if we want to break this, you know, in the beginning, I said going through the process from start to finish, I'm telling you, maybe a month will take us here, because it's a lot to take in. But we try to simplify it, and no matter how you do, it's still a little bit tricky. But again, we just hope that you guys enjoy it, and that's what is going on. So ONPASSIVE is great, and as Mufareh said, we should get ready for the greatest shape, is because what they are doing is really great. Those guys in Hyderabad are not really sleeping. Honestly, they have sacrificed their lives, their everything just for us. So we just have to be grateful. Thank you.
Thank you, Collins. And if you don't mind, David, would you paraphrase what Tony Monk just said and what Collins said? Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Lynn. Yes, Tony, talk ya, talk lo Yumi online lo backside lo here, all star backside lo me, talk la all Papua New Guinea. This la business one plug business CEO making business simple, hard. Technology company hard lo side lo technology tasol long Yumi make him simple, so you know me or some simple man Mary can enjoy him. This la benefit this la company. So oklo talk osem got one pla kind company and one kind of some ONPASSIVE and one pla big pla company and talk big pla inside long ground time launch. Also na life blow you or some Papua New Guinea you stop lo here. Life blow you by you not struggle more. Time company launch na you or some founder. Life blow you by senis inside long this la company. Lo short pla time tasol. Also na talk osem you na me to pla privilege lo stop na inside lo la big pla company where you me enjoy him long na Collins come in na talk long side long technology summarize him tasol na talk osem plenty something share him lo here osem lo help him you na me lo look sawe long one him something one him can walk stop inside long work long technology or company all big pla technology company where you me look him all stop or some plenty work is go inside long na come up him all product na all man say enjoy him tas all product tas all backside blank you got big pla work lo say come up So long Yunami inside long ONPASSIVE, you me tupla. Osem founder, you join Osem founder, you me privilege long stop inside la big pla company and one pla company where by changing Osem come up with some pla revolution inside this la ground. Osem na Yunami mitupla can how master sol na proud to sol Osem mitupla founder. So thank you, Lord Isla. One can Lord Isla, Nami like talk Papua New Guinea ONPASSIVE and one plus business and by helping this la economy plus la country. You na me also founder. Time me to plus start lo kissing benefit la yumi long all yumi talk lo pigeon yumi talk long money na yumi talk lo talk plus lo sipi gangru all to yua na mi pla long plus lo mi lo cap mi pla trubu side mi pla talk urao. So one how is calling money long em time you kiss him this la time ONPASSIVE me start lo launch. Now you kiss him and by helping you send him life to you forever. Also now me like encourage him you. This la legally got time to solve you me got inside long 2 wiki stop number 22 day long moon December. This la founder position moon June 22 day long moon June. This la founder position and by finish na and by close na nogat more this la kind opportunity ba come up lo you. So suppose you man long give him something, man lo help him online. Now you like stop inside lo this la business lo help him this la work long kirap him sit down lo man lo marry. Me encourage him you long join him this la business. So 400 kina tasol long you me long Papua New Guinea currency lo you join him. So you can look him aside and me invite him you lo this la meeting. Now you sit down, now you look long him. You can look him all. Now all can help him you or join him this la business. One time you me or some all founders. Thank you, Lynn. I'll pass it back to you and we can close it off.
Thank you for your final words, David. At this time, we would like to thank the people that made this webinar possible. First of all, we want to thank Marty, who opens up this webinar and takes the time to live stream and record it. We also want to thank Collins from the OTech Pros. He represented the group today and did a really good job of explaining a very complex topic. We also want to thank our co-hosts, Gladys Nilboro and Tony Monk, for helping make this webinar run smoothly. We appreciate you so much. And we want to thank David Bakal, who is a very strong leader of PNG, and his leaders, as well as the people of PNG who are here today to attend this webinar. And we also want to thank our international community who comes to this webinar to support the PNG people. We give you a lot of kudos for your support. We know that some of you are coming at midnight when you would normally be sleeping, and you take the time to come to this webinar. So we appreciate and love all of you. Remember that the PNG webinar is held every Sunday at midnight. Please join us every week. We will make sure we have a topic that's of interest and value to each and every one of you. Thank you all. And I'm going to unmute everybody and take it to the gallery so everyone can say bye-bye to one another.
Bye.
Bye-bye, Lynn. Bye-bye, Tony.
Everybody,
Bye
stay to
John,
Good night.
From Canada.
Gladys.
oh John,
Thank you,
Papua New
Gladys.
Guinea, Papua New Guinea, Papua New
John.
Guinea.
Thank you, my brother.
Bye, Papua New Guinea.
Bye-bye, US, Canada.
Thank you.
Hey, hey, hey.
Bye-bye, love you.
Good night.